Hey babe, if you've gotten to the point where you're literally making a list, reasons to stay, reasons to leave, it's already time to go. Like seriously, if you're sitting there debating with yourself, that's your answer. You're done. Every relationship you've been in feels like a repeat of the last one and you're just exhausted. I want to talk to you about why that might be happening and what you can actually do about it. So let's get this straight. One big reason is you haven't been taught how to be in your feminine energy. Because when you were a kid, you never really had a safe space. Maybe your dad didn't feel like a safe man. You couldn't just relax and be in his presence. So, what did you do? You activated your masculine energy to protect yourself. That energy, your inner protector, it's been ruining the show ever since. And here's the truth. A man who's grounded in his masculine energy, he is not looking to be in a relationship with another man. He wants a woman. He wants to feel your feminine presence. But when you're always in your masculine, the only men who stick around are the ones who aren't truly in theirs. The ones who end up using you emotionally, financially, even sexually. Because real masculine men, they want to provide. They want to feel like your hero. But the guys who are stuck in their feminine ever do something for you. They make you feel guilty about it. Why? Because they don't feel good about giving. They don't feel like men. And here's where you come in. You're out here competing with men. You're fixing everything, saving the day, trying to heal his childhood. But babe, that's not your job. If his parents couldn't fix him and he hasn't fixed himself, then why do you think you can? Sometimes the man actually wants to give to you, but you feel guilty. You're like, well, he paid for dinner last time, so I better cover this one. Girl, no. Stop it. You've been conditioned to believe you're not worth spending money on because your dad never invested in you emotionally. That feeling, that low self-worth, it's still living in you. And you're out here trying to prove to men, look how low maintenance I am. I don't need anything. Please just don't leave me. Please don't be like my dad. But you're repeating that same exact story and you haven't forgiven yourself yet. You haven't made yourself the priority. You haven't said, I deserve beautiful things. I deserve love that pours into me. When you've been traumatized, even your healthy desires start to feel like you're asking for too much because you got used to crumbs. So now, when you ask for a full meal, it feels greedy. But it's not. It's normal. And it's time to practice feeling worthy of more. Make a list for yourself. Do not let your emotions decide who you stay with. Whenever someone new comes along and your feelings get instantly lit, that's not chemistry. That's your inner wounded child trying to prove to daddy, look how lovable I am now, please believe me. And if this new person doesn't meet the standards on your list, your non-negotiables, then walk away. No matter how attracted you are, because it's not you who's attracted, it's your trauma. Don't let your pain pick your partners. Loving yourself? It's not just about bubble bath and mantras. It's about forgiving yourself for what you didn't know back then. Saying, yeah, I made that choice, but I didn't know better. Now I do. So you show up differently now. Have you noticed how TV shows always portray dads like these clueless, lazy losers, while the moms are always over-functioning, angry, doing everything? This is not by accident. They want you to believe that to keep a relationship, you have to act like a man. That he is the mess and you need to clean it up. That men are weak and women are the ones who hold everything together. It's a lie. Because when women and men step fully into their true power, they become unstoppable. And guess what? No one can control a woman who knows her worth or a man who's standing fully in his purpose. Just like you don't manifest what you just like you don't manifest what you complain about, you don't create love by attacking a man. Don't come at him with, you always do this, you never do that. Instead, speak your truth with softness. I feel hurt when that happens. I feel unseen. That's power. That's feminine power. If you keep attracting emotionally unavailable men, it's probably because you haven't been emotionally available to yourself. Your inner masculine isn't showing up for you. He is not communicating to you. He is not creating safety for you. You want someone loyal, right? But are you loyal to yourself? When you say you're gonna study, do you actually show up for that? When you promise yourself you'll work out, do you commit? Because the universe mirrors everything. You'll keep attracting the version of love you give to yourself. And if men aren't speaking to you with kindness, check the voice inside your head. When you mess up, do you say, it's okay, I got you? Or do you beat yourself up and tear yourself down? That voice, that's your inner masculine. And if he's unkind, that's the type of man you pick. Everything that's happening around you is just trying to show you what's still unhealed inside you. You're not broken. You're just in the process of remembering who you really are. That whole radiant, magnetic version of you. That's always been there. Now it's time to let her rise, Sometimes things start small. A little disrespect here, a little pain there. Before you know it, you're in a whole new trauma. That's usually the moment you realize I need to pull back. But it's a cycle, and cycles, they don't stop until you stop them. They exist to teach us something. Until we learn the lesson, life just keeps handing us to the same experience in a different outfit. And part of the problem is, you don't really know what to expect from men anymore. When a guy does something kind to you, instead of feeling grateful, you feel guilty. You start thinking, wait, my dad made me feel like I wasn't worth anything, so how is this guy being so kind to me? Your nervous system goes into alert mode. So, you tell yourself, he probably wants something, or maybe I'll end up giving too much again. It becomes this emotional tug-of-war. He now owes you what your father never gave you. And sometimes it's like your partner now owes you what your father never gave you. But here's the truth. Your trauma is not his responsibility, just like his issues aren't yours. Because you get into a relationship, don't lead with your pain. Before you get into a relationship, don't lead with your pain. You don't have to sit someone down and say, hey, I have a lot of emotional baggage. Everyone does. What matters is that you're aware and you're working on it. That's more than enough, because the second some people sniff out a weakness, they'll use it. Don't hand them the ammo. Don't lower yourself. You have your struggles. They have theirs. But the difference is you show up with awareness and you protect your peace. Let's talk about safety. Emotional safety. You know that feeling in your stomach when you're about to meet someone and your heart's racing, your stomach flips, butterflies in your stomach? A lot of people think that that's love. It's anxiety. Your body is literally trying to tell you, I don't feel safe here. Your body's natural state is calm. Imagine your whole body is made of water, and that water is completely still. That's your baseline. That's your peace. If someone walks in and causes that water to ripple, you gotta ask why. The truth is, your energy picks up unfamiliar wounds. If someone has the same kind of energy that hurt you before, your nervous system will know even before your brain catches on. The right kind of masculine energy feels safe. It lets you be playful. You giggle. You joke. You get silly like a kid. And that's huge, because your inner child, She doesn't show up for just anyone. She's scared. She's been hurt. So if she feels safe enough to come out, that means that person is emotionally safe. And if you're lucky enough to meet someone like that, create that same safe space for him too. Don't show up as the wounded woman who's always criticizing, always waiting to catch him doing something wrong. Let go of the need to bite with your words. Be honest with yourself. If you ever find yourself justifying someone's actions over and over again, saying stuff like, he probably didn't call because it was busy, stop. You're comforting yourself. You're making excuses. If he cared, he would have made the time or at least explained why he couldn't. If you're doing the explaining for him in your head, that's your sign. You're doing too much. At the end of the day, we're all here to learn how to love, truly love. But you can't give unconditional love to anyone else until you give it to yourself first. If you keep lowering your standards, ignoring your needs, or shrinking to be loved, you're not loving yourself. You're abandoning yourself. Unconditional love isn't, I'll do everything for you and expect nothing. Because let's be real, if they don't give it back, you'll start to resent them. You'll feel used, and they'll be like, well, I never asked you to do all that. And they're right. So before you give, ask yourself, am I giving because it's real or because I secretly want something in return? If it's the second one, don't do it. You're not a tree. Trees can't move. They just stand there and take the hits. But you can move. So don't ask, why did they do this to me? Ask yourself, why did I stay? And please remember, no money a man spends on you is ever wasted. Whatever he gives you, you multiply it. You give him energy, you give him life. If you're grounded, full of love and full of power, you literally lift his whole world. That's your gift to him. But if your energy is heavy, full of neediness and pain, you pull him down with you. So don't expect more from a man than you expect from yourself. If you want him to be put together, healthy, high value, you have to be that too. Make a list of everything you want in a man. Become that list. If you're not aligned, it won't work. Eventually one of you will feel like they're outgrowing the other. Listen, don't just choose a man because you're in love. Choose him because you respect him. Even if you saw him in public or on TV with zero connection to you, you'd still respect the way he carries himself. Because when that initial fire fades, what's left is respect. And if you don't have that, it's gonna be hell. So if you're constantly reminding someone how to treat you, begging them to grow, or making lists about why you should stay or leave, it's time to leave. But before you go, make 2 lists. 1, things you respect in him. 2, things you don't respect in him. If the second list is longer, you already have your answer. You don't want to spend your life resenting someone. You don't want to marry a headache. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you want to talk about next. See you in the next video.